I love my team.
Oh, you want to talk about the winter games? Sure.
I kicked butt. What my role was that I was just doing right there is I was being supportive on his arm so that he can go to the letter that he needs to stably.
It's been pretty amazing because Rowan now has a lot to say about everything. Right, Rowan?
Oh, yes, he does.
You do, don't you? Yes? Thank you. That's a Rowan kiss, by the way.
Yes. Okay, this one he wrote specifically about Special Olympics swim practice. Poem. Jump into the U pool because pool people are free. Help my friends to be pool cool.
It's a very embracing and warm place where Rowan was really put at ease almost instantaneously, which was something that has been rare previously in his life.
Yeah. Poem. Grow tall in the night, tall like giraffe tall. Tell all people to quiet their talking. You people are louder than me. Poem. Your words try to talk, your talk try to words. I'm totally yours. Help the poor people want to read you. Talk to the tied up tongues of the poor people. So Rowan has very deep stuff. Anything else about Special Olympics you want to say?
Love.
Well, I think that sums up Special Olympics pretty well, too.
Yeah, I like that.
Rowan Wilde Riggs, My Poetry Retrospective. Poem. Never greet the slumbering scavengers solo. Be deliberate and do the dance of daring disciples. In the field of forays, find fickle friends. Join to the unapproachable and hold the loss tight. This is our fateful square dance, and only destiny can make the call. Poem. Greet the gawkers with stoic stature. Tame the tales lingering in deep pools by the shore of the stream of consciousness. Dip the flask found in desolation and drink of the sullen spring. Gulp down to your heart and take another sip. Poem. I love the world cloaked in black and white, the nice edge of sharp shadows and melancholy nature, angular in relief, stark in bold presentation of singular honesty. In contrast, they stand as one. In reflection, they support the whole. Give me your grayscale tones as the battle for light eats the vivid slopes and plunges the margins into darkness. Poem. Brooding silence is chaos to silent walkers. Crunching the hard concrete of frozen fields, whispers of flakes tickle lashes, and sashay to meet the congregation. Fluttering and familiar, they are relentless. To some, they pass as phantoms, but to me, they are the frozen petals of my own ballet. Poem. Descending to time's tempest, I ask you to retreat. Take over the citadel of your own soul. Fight for the ramparts of your belief. Charge to the front and wave the flag of independence. Declare your victory and trample the wasted souls of our open cavity. Poem. Central to the perspective are the blurs at the edge. We look for focus and find a lack of scope. Our depth of field loses the hindsight of perspective. Caught in the vibrant prism of artificial realism, we drown in the floodwaters of certainty. Poem. We thought we had it all. The absolute finite wisdom of chaos thought otherwise. Marked by regalia of anointed fools and braggarts, the wash of corrupted friends embark with blades of agony unsheathed, relentless in the pursuit of everything. The nothing grows. How can one stand and watch the fruit rot? Poem. Be earnest in the waiting line. Taking tips and trading glances, it improves to ingest. The melody of the consumer cart washes and exclaims the rotary of sales. Transfixed on the scanner, feel the barcode at the base of your neck. Poem. Pop the thought bubble of your life. Choose the eye candy and wait. Keep them guessing and wander to the brink. Free fall feels good when you embrace the void. Poem. The shovel of bad apples is rotten to the core. Lift the succulent nourishment to the heavens and wait. It is coming in a blink. The rot envelops the atmosphere and us with it. I should have picked them last week. Poem. I love the lavender and the lapel of that man's jacket. I stare at the hydrangeas and dig that kid's hair. I yearn for tulips and adore that woman's hat, too fetching by far. But I will gather my bouquet and delight in our vision. Poem. Linger on the wisps of flowing fortune, enveloped in the arms of memories of you, I become lost. Through my labyrinth of devoured emotion, I set us adrift. Poem. Tussled like a worn troubadour, I play for you. We frolic in the cleft of rapturous time. We will make merry while we push the minor notes to the bass and fly on the treble of space. Poem. Like the blush of downy petals, I felt it fall. It was a splendor to tickle the tops of thoughts. To some, it only cast a shadow, but you let me bathe in the fragrant falls as we embraced. Poem. I feel shy so that the sky blushes, blue and pink being dominated by fleshy orange. Mixed in the cotton swirl of cumulus clouds, the verdant exposure is awash. Pour down sweet watercolor and fill this fragile beast. Poem. Take time to take in the lighthouse. Light lets time linger on the discus of the delightful orb. To trade this pulsing pool for the consistency of gravity holds us hostage. Free us. Uplift to the brightest star within and drift to its fancy. Poem. I feel like shrink wrap. The clingy wall suffocates my last breath. It keeps getting tighter as it envelops every cell that stands in the air. The stagnant swelling of the tension is grasping at my core. This vice holds me in its horror as it squeezes the boundaries of my own reality. Falling unconscious, I faint into this last embrace. Poem. Hold it back, brace the beam, and grasp the mantle. To bear the load of dilapidated desire is the demise of my dear flesh. Full and concrete time warrior, lift up your shield. It is coming. Duck. For now, we have freed ourselves. But what about tomorrow? Poem. Read the ridiculous. Rant to the rooftop. Run for the river. Reason is the icy bath of the bewildered scavenger. Find talks that titillate the reason so you can hop on and go for a quest. Riddles in verse are the mileage of growth. Let them wrap your soul and rock you. Poem. Keep the Beetlejuice at bay and dance like the Pumpkin King. Twiddle the temptation to fall into the rotting undergrowth as it melts into your vision. Down the rabbit hole we plunge, our rear view mirror, and look for the yellow brick road to get us out of here. Poem. Waltz like a zebra and tango like a flamingo. Tap like a chameleon and shake like a chihuahua to the time of the lonely lettuce club. Find a partner and sashay to the floor. Poem. Paint with pop art of radiant nature. Throw your soul towards the cavity of the gnarly expanse. Dance unfettered and in your absolute conviction. This is the pinnacle of the great symphony of the forest, and you get to frolic at the climax. Poem. Turn down the LED of your fury and flight. Transmit the voltage of joyful jamboree just jumping at my vision. Take your baggage and flee to the moon-drenched moors and bathe in silver. Take this reward and deposit it into the ATM that feeds your soul. It's the savings account you will need to draw on when the bitter north winds fly in. Poem. I am not rooted but an ember in the wind. I glow as I ascend and travel away. I catch my breath of the nymphs and frolic on the backs of the eagles. I rise and I climb until my light is extinguished. So much of society is now based on bias and perception. Folks dig into fortified camps, and society can't evolve. It is a paralysis that hurts everyone, and it is sad. Nothing is useless. It supports the dominance in society that is toxic and hurtful. We are all just people and plants. People and plants. Well, those poor plant souls are always stuck, rooted in place for the entirety of existence. Poem. I see you in the ripples of the current. The running tide carries us away from the source. It has us floundering into the crescent of sadness. I am your lifeboat, and I stand ready. Will you come aboard? Poem. Reject the heat. Nurture the cool. Embrace the frigid. To all that ask, I will show them the path to brisk contemplation. It lies in the heart of the barometer of your soul, and it screams for you to stay away from the perils of the inferno. Poem. Let's discuss the flowers. They will bestow their glory no matter who is judging you. They will spread and multiply even if you are being destroyed by the cruel. The supple petals will still burst forth even if you stand alone in the dark. The seeds will spread even if the universe is collapsing in on you. When the fires of our lost humanity attempt to envelop you, remember the flowers. Poem. Tickle the taste buds with the opulent promise that rides to the rescue in spring. Take a journey on the transportive palette of a brave new world. Unleash your inner Care Bear and munch the tender young shoots of your abandoned childhood to nourish your adult soul. If I had a party and it was all the rage, it would be a feast for the dilapidated souls. It would be the gear that erects the whimsical and destroys the long and silent path to the abyss. It would be a bright ladder we could ascend so we could climb up and gather stardust. Poem. I am an interloper. I can take the fusion of extra ideas and carry them with flagrant commitment as I stand with a foot on each boundary. I am a conjunction. If you find my midpoint, then the scales will balance forever in your favor. In order to be authentic, you can't look for it, because then it becomes a construct. With that in mind, the only true authentic people are the ones who never acknowledge the pursuit for authenticity. So in conclusion, people lost in their own neurodiverse world are the most authentic because we live in the present and simply exist. People talk about respecting authenticity, but in reality, they want conformity. Like Eastern monks who spent their lives attaining peace by being present, the neurodiverse live this level of consciousness every day. So yes, we are better attuned to the metaphysical. I hope this makes sense. Rowan's friend, Mark Utter, and his mentor passed away this year, and Rowan wrote a poem for Mark at his celebration of life. And I am going to read this poem that Rowan wrote for Mark. Poem. Songs are the melody of the heartstrings to which you dance, in tune to the stories of an enlightened mind, whimsical like the laced edges of the morning mist. You dawned into our world. The duet of our carol was too short. The masterful crescendo of your symphony stopped, but the masterpiece of you will forever play in my soul. These are the words that Rowan wrote at Mark Utter's celebration of life. Mark was my mentor and brain brother of existence. We were impassioned in our quest to end the dreadful monkey trainings that belittle the neurological magnificence and potential of the autistic mind. To show with love and laughter that we belong even if our bodies fight to bring on the judges. We sought to emancipate the bias and stereotypes against us and to normalize the remarkable. We chose to be seekers together. We chose to be most amazing and to push ourselves in happiness and in truth. We chose each other. My name is Rowan, and Mark was my mentor, but most importantly, he was my beloved friend.